When we talk about any couple, the compliment we wish to give them is that they are made for each other. But today, let's discuss couples who don't deserve compliments like being made for each other. Jasmine Richardson and Jeremy Steinke. When Jasmine Richardson was 12 years old, she met a 23-year-old named Jeremy Steinke at a punk rock concert. They started dating even though her parents didn't approve. Eventually, Jeremy and Jasmine killed her parents and her younger brother. Jeremy received a life sentence for his crime, while Jasmine, being a minor, received a shorter sentence and was released in 2016. Alton Coleman and Deborah Brown. When Alton Coleman met Deborah Brown in 1983, he was already involved in crime. By 1984, just before facing trial for raping a 14-year-old girl, he and Deborah fled away. During 53 days, they committed multiple crimes across the United States, including killings, rapes, kidnappings, and armed robberies. Alton received the death penalty in 2002, while Deborah got life in prison due to her low IQ and relationship with Coleman. Raymond Fernandez and Martha Beck. Meet Raymond Martinez Fernandez and Martha Jewel Beck, also known as the Lonely Hearts Killers. They were responsible for multiple murders across the United States, but were convicted for one murder. In 1947, con artist Raymond replied to a love-seeking ad sent by Martha. After realizing she wasn't as rich as he thought, he left her. However, she pursued him and learned about his con artist lifestyle. Instead of leaving, she joined him in his crimes. They posed as siblings and killed several women the next year. In 1951, they were found guilty of first-degree murder and were sentenced to the electric chair. Carol M. Bundy and Doug Clark. Named as the Sunset Strip Killers, Bundy and Clark terrorized sex workers in Los Angeles while killing and violating their bodies. Clark revealed his brutal fantasies to Bundy, and they committed horrible acts. Clark would often decapitate victims while Bundy preserved their heads. Arrested in 1983, both were convicted. Clark was sentenced to death and Bundy was given life sentence. The case also inspired the TV series Wicked City in 2015. Gwendolyn Graham and Catherine May Wood. Gwendolyn Graham and Catherine May Wood, a lesbian couple and notorious American serial killers, met at a nursing home where they worked as nurses' assistants. They slaughtered 5 elderly patients, relieving tension and enhancing their connection after each killing. Cathy Wood confessed to her ex-husband and reported the killings, leading to their arrest. Cathy testified against Gwendolyn, receiving a 20 to 40-year sentence and being released in 2020, while Graham was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. Charles Starkweather and Carol Ann Fugate. When Curry Ann Fugate was 13 years old, she met Charles Starkweather. They fell in love in 1956. In 1958, he killed her mum, stepdad, and baby sister. Anne found their bodies but didn't call the police. They stayed in the house with the bodies and lied that everyone was sick. People got suspicious. Anne's family found the bodies on their property while Charles and Anne ran away to another state. Later, they killed 10 more people and were caught in the end. They both were also found guilty of murder. Charles got the death penalty and passed away in 1959. Anne got life in prison but was released on probation in 1976. David John Burney and Catherine Margaret Burney. In just 5 weeks, this couple kidnapped, raped, and killed 4 women at their house in Australia. David and Catherine also forced these victims to write letters and call their families to assure them that they were safe so that no one would look for them. Kate Moore, who was 17 at that time, was on her way home, but she didn't have any idea that she was going to be kidnapped by these criminals. However, she managed to escape before becoming another victim of their several crimes. The couple were found guilty and sentenced to 4 life sentences. David hanged himself in his compartment, but Catherine is still in prison. Bonnie Parker and Clyde Champion Barrow. In 1930, Bonnie Parker, a waitress and poet, met Clyde Barrow, who was already a thief. They became popular criminals, committing crimes and killings. They were shot by police in 1934 after a nationwide manhunt. The movie Bonnie and Clyde was released in 1967, based on their lives. What's your take on these couples? Tell us in the comments section below. That's it for today's video. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos.